Okay. So we talked about a little bit already as far as like input and output, and that's kind of like where we're going with this stuff. So just remembering that um, your domain would be your input. Okay. So, like, whatever you're putting into a function would be your domain. Whatever comes out of it would be your range. So, I have my range would be my output. Okay. So, in other words, the domain is the set of all of the first elements. So, your x coordinates, the range is the set of all of your y coordinates. Okay. And then talking about if something is a function or not. So, in order for something to be a function, there is only one input for every output. Okay. So, to be a function in different terms, not necessarily mathematical terms, your x values cannot repeat. So, that's really all you care about. So when you're looking through these, like this one, the smiley face goes to one thing, the square goes to one thing, the heart goes to one thing. That is a function. These four all go to different values. It does not matter that the square here and the triangle here both go to 8. Um, so that's fine. The thing that matters would be something like this. This square has 2 outputs, and that cannot happen in order for it to be a function. Okay, so for every one input, there can only be one output. So every one input, there can be only one output. Okay, so this would be your one that is not a function right here. Okay, and then this one. So when you're looking here, it gives you this relation. So I have these different sets of points, and it wants to know which of the values of k will make this a function. So I'm looking here, and I want to know which of these numbers would make this a function. So remembering your x values cannot repeat. So if you're looking through these, -2, there's already a -2 right here. So it can't be that one. -3, there's already a -3. +3 could be it. 5, there's already a 5 right there, so it has to be your 3. So again, your x values cannot repeat. Now, as far as looking at a graph, you want to do a vertical line test. If you draw a vertical line and it only passes through your graph one time, it is a function. If it passes through your graph more than one time, then it is not a function. So like here, anywhere I draw a vertical line, here, 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 it only passes through that graph one time. Same thing here. I can draw it here, it passes, here, it passes, here, passes. Same thing here. I can draw as many vertical lines as I want to. It only passes the graph once. But once I get here and draw a vertical line, it passes the graph twice. So that would make this one not a function. Okay, so it can only pass through the graph once. Okay, and then that example 4 wants to know is the relation shown in this chart a function. Okay, and so I'm looking at my x values. I don't care about my y's. And if any of these are the same, which they are, these two -2's are the same, then it is not a function. Okay, and so then the last thing we were going to talk about today was evaluating functions. Okay, so you may see different stuff like this. Like this is h of t. So when you see stuff in parentheses, you will just say of. This would be w of t, h of n. And so it gives you different functions. I'm just going to go with this one to begin with. If it says find w of -7, then that just means I'm going to plug -7 in for t. So -2 times -7 plus 1, that's 14 plus 1, which is 15. So w of -7 is 15. So this would be my input, and this would be my output. And just one more. So like this one, I'm plugging in 1 for the A. So 3 times 1 minus 2. 3 times 1 is 3. And 3 minus 2 is 1. And 3 to the first power is just 3. So G of 1 would equal 3. So let me